Welcome to the Simonji Podcast number 12.2. Yeah, if you didn't see the first one, go watch it right now. It's already out. That's where we talked about the best and worst movies of 2019. We did have to split this podcast into two parts, so if you haven't seen the first part yet, go check out the other one, okay? Go do it right now. Because if you watch this one, you'll be okay, but we might make some callbacks to the other podcast, so you might be a little confused. So yeah, check it out and enjoy this podcast, Simonji Podcast number 12.2, where we talk about the new movies coming in 2020. And did it my way. Boys, I've done some research. So, again, we are filming this in February 2020, so we're kind of behind right now. So, Bad Boys for Life came out in January. Also, and that's it for January, that's of note. In February, Birds of Prey, the DC movie starring Harley Quinn and Ewan McGregor as the Black Mask.
I might see it just to see Ewan McGregor, but
I heard from the reviews, I don't know what the audience scored it, but they were saying it was a good movie.
Well, of course,
the reviews are going to
that's
say
what I'm
it's
thinking,
a good
yeah.
movie because feminism.
Yeah. The King's Man, which is the Kingsman prequel.
That looked good.
I would see that, yeah.
Yeah, that looks interesting. Sonic the Hedgehog.
That still doesn't come out.
That's coming out.
Well, they had to redesign the Sonic himself.
Because he looked retarded?
Yeah.
And he still looks retarded?
Yeah. Coming out in March, there's Onward, which is the Disney movie with Tom Holland and Chris Pratt, where they're dwarfs looking for their father or something like that. Godzilla vs. King Kong is also supposed to be coming out in March. They're finally doing the Godzilla King Kong crossover.
You forgot one. The Godzilla King of the Monsters? That one came out in 2019.
Did it come out in 2019?
Oh, yeah.
Did you see it?
I never saw it, but it looks good. Yeah, it looked good. I wanted to see it.
I bet you'd be cool on the TV upstairs and the speakers.
Would be, dude.
Yeah, because we all saw the first Godzilla, right? Of the reboots.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with Quicksilver.
Yeah.
And Scarlet Witch, where they're brother and sister in Avengers, but they're dating in the movie. Yeah.
But
so weird.
That movie?
Yeah, that guy.
Oh yeah. I didn't realize that.
Speaking of movies to go see, also coming out in March is A Quiet Place 2. The sequel of A Quiet Place.
I didn't even see the first one yet.
I think you would like it.
I don't know if I want to see it because Jim Halpert's dead.
He's in it though.
Spoiler alert. Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in the trailer.
Wait, which trailer? I only saw the first one because the first one was literally just like
there was a second one that they
sand.
released I think during the Super Bowl. Oh, sorry, we can't say Super Bowl on the internet. It's the big game.
Why can't we say Super Bowl?
I don't know.
Well, we're saying Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Anyway,
it's called the Super Bowl, not the big game.
So yeah, they were showing a trailer where it's like kind of like a flashback, like before like A Quiet Place 1, like how it all started, and then there's Jim Halpert, and then it jumps back in time or whatever. So
it's gonna be a partial prequel.
Possibly, yeah. They'll explain like how the actual mutations or the aliens like showed up and stuff. Speaking of aliens, live action Mulan is also coming out in March.
Which Mushu is not even in it.
No Mushu in the movie.
You know why Mushu's not in it? It's because Mushu in the originals is a racist.
Is he?
Yeah, dude. He's like, dishonor on your cow, dishonor on your family. It's like...
It wasn't racist. It was just...
He does have some racist comments.
Doesn't Eddie Murphy play Mushu?
Yeah.
I don't get why they
here's the thing. If you were watching the trailers of the Mulan, it's totally like feminism.
Oh yeah.
It's like in China too. And here's the worst part: the main actress, she was caught saying, I think on Twitter, or like she made like some sort of online comment where she was rooting for the Hong Kong government, which is the Chinese government. So in other words,
she's communist.
Well, you could put those two pieces together. We're not gonna dive much into it, but yeah, it's just one of those things like, all right, let's go see a really good like cartoon, like just rebooted, where it's like not even the same story. Like apparently there's not even like a love connection between Mulan and Shane.
Well, I'm sure like she's probably independent, like women power or whatever. It's just gonna be like again another feminist movie where they're like,
no, like the whole story is different. Like it's like a female villain now. It's like a witch that she's fighting rather than the guy.
What the?
I know, they're totally just changing it. It's all for
come on, Disney,
being politically correct or whatever. Just like the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, where they took out the selling of brides to the selling of chickens.
Dude,
they instead of selling women, they started selling cocks.
When I'm really old, when I'm like...
Jumping into April now of 2020, the Cyborg movie comes out.
Oh, they're making a Cyborg movie?
That's going to be a standalone movie.
When's the Flash movie come out?
I'm getting to it. So Cyborg is coming out in April. The New Mutants movie, that's coming out.
Dude, that movie's going to get pushed back again, I swear.
I really hope not. 007 No Time to Die, featuring a possible black female 007.
I've never seen any of those movies.
I wish I was a woman of color so I could get any job I want.
In May, the Black Widow movie is coming out.
No interest in seeing.
Yeah, I have no interest either.
They got the guy from Stranger Things, though.
There's also the Barbie movie starring Margot Robbie.
Alright, you can skip that.
There is also Legally Blonde 3. We're going to skip that as well.
There was a second one?
Yeah, there was.
I only saw the first one, and I never wanted to watch a movie ever
I think it was called Legally Blonde 2, Barely Legal, or something like that. Actually, I don't know if that was.
You just made that up. Barely legal.
God. Here's a movie for Noah. Fast and Furious 9 is coming back to direct. And guess what? Han's is coming back,
okay,
baby.
Here's the thing about that.
Isn't he dead as
I mean, yeah, but... Here's the thing
didn't he burn alive in his car?
If it is a prequel, how is he driving like a 2020 Toyota Supra in one of those scenes?
Well, but
it's not a sequel. What do you mean?
A prequel.
It's not a
like
prequel.
before Tokyo Drift when he dies in a burning car. You saw Tokyo Drift, right?
No.
He blows up in a burning car. Spoiler alert. Hans dies.
Yeah, spoiler alert, Hans dies. Don't tell Harry. No, but I have mixed feelings about it because it's a Fast and Furious movie and I want to see it.
I still haven't
But
seen
the kid's name
ones.
is Brian, too.
Yeah, and like I like Vin Diesel and everything, but I just don't want him to keep dragging it out and out and out.
Do you think... So you think they should just end it?
Yes.
Also, the 8th one was really good, so... I don't know, it could be good.
I still haven't seen the 7th or 8th one.
They're both good. I like them. The 7th one's kind of like...
6th.
The 7th one's kind of spotty because, like, you know, Paul Walker died right in the middle of filming it. Mm-hmm. So, like, the story is a little bit spotty, but, like...
Oh, yeah, they kind of had to.
It's still really good, and they ended it really good with Paul Walker. Like, they did a good tribute.
Mm-hmm. Artemis...
Till I see you again.
Artemis Fowl. It's based on a book, and that's also coming out in May for whatever reason.
Artemis
Fowl.
Artemis. Why does that sound so
Based
familiar?
on a
Is it a
book.
Marvel?
It's based on a book. It has nothing to do with Marvel. It's just like one of those movies. It was like the one movie with Oprah where it was like, oh, it's based on a world famous book that nobody's ever heard about.
A Wrinkle?
A Wrinkle in Time. Anyway, in June, we got Wonder Woman 1984, aka Wonder Woman 2.
I'm actually excited for that because the first Wonder Woman movie was actually good.
Yeah, Cheetah, she's going to be in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's Kristen Wiig's character, allegedly. So if you're watching the trailer, it's the blonde chick with glasses. She's apparently Cheetah. Now, what I don't understand is Chris Pine's character comes back to life. So either he's not dead,
I think
and is
I heard
also
some
a god.
talk. I heard some talk that he's Green Lantern.
Isn't it Hal Jordan though? And isn't it Ryan Reynolds? Isn't he Green Lantern?
Oh, great movie.
There's Top Gun Maverick that's coming out in June.
I kind of want to see that.
I do too.
But I want to see the original.
I do want to see the
Yeah,
I just like Tom Cruise. I think he's cool because he actually like learned how to fly a plane and all, and he like does all his own stunts and like all that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
I actually want to go back to the Wonder Woman thing. I know that everybody knows the two human Green Lanterns is Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart or whatever. I was actually reading a comment that Liz got me, and there was like a bunch of like, I think Hal Jordan or something gave like a bunch of rings to like a bunch of kids.
There is a lot of
I
different
don't know.
Green Lanterns, so that definitely could be the case. I mean, like with the Arrow universe. I
Yeah.
don't know if you heard, but like Oliver Queen dies, and that's how they ended the entire like Arrow
Dude, that
TV show.
smells so bad. I did hear about that.
But then,
I was
like at the very end, like John Diggle becomes like the Green Lantern.
gosh. Oh, does he really?
Yeah, like he finds
Dude,
the ring and
What's
everything.
his name?
Oh,
John
really?
Diggle.
John Diggle?
He becomes the Green Lantern?
Yeah, like
His name's not John.
there's like
That's pretty good.
there was like a giant like speculation, like fans were like really hoping that John Diggle's character would be the Green Lantern, and at the very end they're like, hey, guess what, he is, and then they end the show.
It'd be kind of good. It'd be kind of cool if like he would be a good Green Lantern, I think.
Oh, yeah.
But what was I gonna say? Oh, if they do have a Green Arrow in the DC cinematic universe, if they can get Stephen Amell to do it, that'd be so sick.
I think
'Cause
that would.
he's
down
a
to
really
do it.
good Green Arrow.
Yeah.
He needs to be more funny though, because in the
But
show,
the
the
thing is, like-
TV shows, they make everybody so depressing, and it's so
Yeah.
annoying.
Well, the funny thing is, like in real
The
life,
first
he's
season-
actually like a really funny dude
Yeah.
too.
The first 2 seasons of Green Arrow were amazing. Like, they were so good. And then anything after that, it's not even worth watching. It's not worth your time.
Speaking of Green Lantern, in July, apparently they are coming out with a Green Lantern Corps movie. So this will be about possibly Hal Jordan, Jon Stewart. We don't know, but
hope
this
it's
is going to be
about
about
Jon
the Green
Stewart.
Lantern.
That'd be so
I don't
sick if
care
they brought
about-
Ryan Reynolds back. That'd be so
It's
sick.
like really piss on him.
That'd be so awesome.
The Minions 2 is coming out in July, if we care about that. The Ghostbusters 2020. So this is a sequel to the original Ghostbuster movies.
Is Bob whatever the
They already
What
made
about Bob?
2.
Is he coming back?
Yeah.
They already.
I'm blanking on his name right now. Bill Murray.
Bill.
Yeah.
Bill Murray. Just think Zombieland, dude.
Yeah, duh.
Didn't they already have a sequel of the Ghostbusters?
They did.
They did
Wasn't there
the
3?
No.
They had 2.
I mean, of the
think.
original
Yeah,
crew.
I think
there
it was 2.
There
and
was
that
definitely 2, but then there was that feminist. But
So this one, yeah, not the feminist one, but this one is a sequel to the original 3 with Dan Aykroyd and Bill
the
Murray.
original 4. Or
Sorry,
did
yeah.
one of them die?
I can't remember. I think one of them did die, but I don't remember. Tenet. This is the new Christopher Nolan movie
That looks really
where
good.
everything.
I didn't understand the plot when I saw that.
So pretty much like the moral of what I understood is like they live in a world where everything is reversed. Like there's a time travel aspect and they're traveling through time where things are happening. You're reacting to what they're doing.
I thought he lived
looks
in
like a
the-
really
no,
trippy
no,
movie.
It looks like
I
It
thought he
looks
lived
like
in the-
Inception.
Inception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he lived in the afterlife because I thought they said that he
That's
died.
what they were
Who's in
saying.
it?
But so it's actually Denzel Washington's son.
Okay.
And then
I'll
Robert
never see that.
and then Robert Pattinson, who's the new Batman, and also Edward.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
And Cedric Diggory.
Cedric-
Duh.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why didn't you just leave it that?
Everything that comes out of your body just smells
I
horrible.
don't know why burp smells.
It's just
it tastes
so
nasty too.
dude.
It tastes like barf.
Yeah, so there's the Tenet movie that's coming out. That actually looked really dope. And it's nice that they're not telling everything like in the trailer. You have to like go and actually see it and have your brain. Speaking of a brain, the Jungle Cruise movie is coming out in July.
Oh my god. No interest in seeing
You know
that.
what's gonna happen is as
Oh,
soon as
Jumanji. We didn't even talk about Jumanji 2 coming out. But none of us
But
saw
none
that.
of us saw it.
It came out already?
Yeah. I wanted to see
Mom
that.
and Dad saw it. They said it was okay.
I don't want to see that movie.
I just like Kevin Hart and I didn't see it.
Jungle Cruise, but the thing is, like, as soon as they make the movie, they're gonna start making changes to the ride.
I doubt it, but maybe.
They'll probably do like subtle changes, like, oh, look at us, we're doing Easter eggs like to the movie now.
I
Go
could
the
see
movie.
that. But like,
I honestly hope they do. That Jungle Cruise ride is such a freaking letdown.
that's one of the original rides.
It's one of the original rides. Yeah, that's like the one thing about it that keeps its charm.
Even though it caught on fire.
Well, was it Jungle Cruise that caught on fire, or was it something else?
Yeah, well, there's like a gas station that's like right by Jungle Cruise, and I think that caught on fire.
That sucks. Speaking of other things that suck, Morbius.
I'm actually kind of excited about that because Doctor Strange in the multiverse or whatever. Fan-made things. People are making fan-made things because they're making Doctor Strange in the multiverse, and they bring all 3 Spider-Men back together. And I want it to happen so bad.
Oh, that'd be so funny.
It'd be great,
Well,
dude.
I mean, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse kind of did that.
And plus, in the
They were like,
Morbius...
"Dun-dun-dun," like they did the flashback with Chris Pine like doing that. Or
Well,
something.
yeah.
It was pretty funny.
No, but in the Morbius trailer, in the background of one of them, it shows like the original Spider-Man, like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, like a little spray painted picture of him
Oh, really?
in the background. So they think it's during that time, but then they're like vultures in it as well.
Yeah.
So it's like
so that's why I'm
it's
confused.
very
Like,
confusing.
it makes it sound like they're trying to connect like this Morbius movie with Venom for one, but then also the 2 Spider-Man movies, Homecoming and Far From Home.
That's another one that people keep on making fan-made things is Venom versus Spider-Man and stuff.
Yeah, no, they definitely want that to happen.
Oh yeah.
In August, there's a movie called Escape Room 2. I think you wanted to see the first one.
I wanted to, but I never did because the only reason why I wanted to see it was because it had that one chick from not Doctor Strange, Daredevil, but I never ended up seeing it. I was like, and it just didn't look entertaining to me.
I gotcha. In October, there's a movie called Snake Eyes coming out.
Like G.I. Joe Snake Eyes?
Yes, it's based on the character from G.I. Joe.
Okay. Is it like his backstory?
I have no idea. They were just saying, hey, guess what? That's coming out in October.
That's a guy that doesn't speak, right?
Yep.
So
it's more or less going to be like The Mandalorian.
yeah.
If it is, that'd be freaking dope.
Yeah,
Because it'd just be a whole bunch of fighting scenes that would look freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Even the G.I. Joe movies, the new ones, they're not bad at all.
Yes, they are. They're horrible.
Channing
I
Tatum.
saw the first one.
He's yummy.
They're so bad.
They're not terrible.
They're awful.
Speaking of terrible sequels.
Go Joe.
Speaking of terrible sequels, Halloween Kills. This is the sequel to the most recent Halloween movie with Michael Myers, the scary movie. Michael Myers with the mask.
Oh, you mean Jason? No!
Invisible Man.
Yeah, so...
Is that coming out this year, or did that already come out?
Let me finish the list that I have first, then I'll look up and see. Because there's 2 movies I missed. Invisible Man was one,
Spiral.
and Spiral was the other one.
That one looks good.
Spiral.
Actually,
That's one that
we
he
can
sent
just
us a YouTube link to.
Yeah, we can just tackle it now. So
it's like another Saw movie.
Spiral
I
is like
didn't watch
kind of
that.
like a reboot of like the Saw movies, which is kind of cool
With
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock.
And Samuel Jackson's in it too.
I
it.
kind of don't know how I feel about the reboot because watching the original ones, they killed off the guy that does all the Saw things, and it's just like
Jigsaw.
the actual Jigsaw, and then they had some random guy, and then they left it on the cliffhanger, and
How many Saw movies
I
are
never
there?
saw Jigsaw, so I was
There's
like,
like 5,
I have no idea what happened with that.
Jeez.
maybe 6.
No, there's 6 Saw movies, and then there's Jigsaw, which I
There's
never
7 technically.
I never
This will
saw.
be the 8th.
I never saw that because I wanted to, because I didn't see what happened with the guy at the end. Because at the end of the 6th one, the guy that takes over Jigsaw's place, he you basically just assume he dies, but he totally could have survived, because his mouth got ripped open or something, and it shows him yelling, but he probably could have survived that. So I don't know. I never saw Jigsaw, so I don't know if it went somewhere with that.
Yeah. And then The Invisible Man, you had mentioned, that one looked interesting, mainly just because it's from the indie studio Blumhouse.
Oh, really?
Which...
Blumhouse?
Blumhouse?
Oh, Blum.
Which Ryan actually, from my understanding, he does a majority of their movies.
Well, then that means this could be completely trash, because any scary movie that Ryan likes is... Yeah.
But, I mean...
that's a fact. And he's just like, dude, I really liked Hellraiser. It was just... it really meant something to me. It was so deep in its meaning. It's I had no idea what the was going on. There was some guy with spikes in his head and stuff. It's what the hell?
Oh yeah, that movie is weird.
That movie was so weird.
The only movie that
sense.
Ryan, or in terms of horror movies, that Ryan liked was that one zombie movie that Walker really liked. No.
The one with Fitz.
The one with Fitz where his...
Oh, Overlord.
Overlord,
That's
yeah.
what it was.
Yeah.
I thought that movie was pretty good.
That was a really good movie. It was super gory, but it was
was
really
good.
well done.
Yeah. Anyway, so that...
Invisible Man will be interesting, though, because it's based off of the Hollywood classic, from the 1980s.
So there was a
that's a cool reboot.
An idea to get a group of remarkable people. Avengers reference, anybody? So the idea,
Wow.
the idea was, you know how they made the Mummy movie with Tom Cruise? There was the idea of doing a horror cinematic universe. People who know Funhouse, they're making the joke, calling it the DUCU.
Yeah.
The Dark Cinematic Universe. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But that got shot down because the Mummy sucked. So
I thought they were coming out with the second one.
No, they wanted to do the Invisible Man and another horror monsters and stuff like that.
Werewolf.
But because the Mummy did so poorly, they're just we're scrapping that idea. That's not going to work. So it'll be interesting.
But I thought King Kong and Godzilla were part of that.
Yeah.
That's separate.
Oh, it's
No,
separate.
they are.
No, that's their own individual universe. The monster movies is Frankenstein, Invisible Man, Werewolf, Dracula, those guys.
The
Dr.
monster
Jekyll,
in the
Mr.
lagoon
Hyde.
or something. The swamp man at the lagoon.
Oh, so
Creature
the
from the Black
Invisible Man
Lagoon.
movie that's coming out, that's a
We don't know.
Are they
A
making a
monster
remake
movie?
of Psycho?
It is a monster movie, yeah.
Are they making a remake of Psycho?
I haven't heard that. I don't know. They have a TV show about Psycho,
Yeah.
which is
I
odd.
hate
Isn't it called
watching
The Bates Motel?
Yeah.
I hate watching TV shows now. They're so boring. It's
Well,
like
it
everything's
just takes
so
too
much
long.
drama.
Well, no, and
They don't make
everything's
it in, like,
strung
the
out.
U-
It's like really long.
They
Whereas
don't-
like a movie, they like kind of are limited to a certain time, so they cut out a lot of the that you don't need.
Yeah, they don't make them like they used to. Like freaking Star Wars: The Clone Wars and stuff, dude.
No, it's coming back for a
Childhood.
final season.
Huh?
It's coming back for a final
I
season.
know, right?
So I'm just gonna add one more movie that's coming out in November, and it's the next movie in the Marvel Phase 4, I believe now that they're on. The next phase of the Marvel movies.
Is it just Spider-Man that's come out a part of Phase 4?
That was the last movie of the most recent phase. So that was Phase
3.
3, right?
And have they come out with another movie since?
No.
Spider-Man?
So the one that's coming out in November, it's called The Eternals. That's gonna be the start of the new phase.
The Eternals.
So I have no idea.
Well, you know they're coming out with all those TV shows, right?
I'm sorry, let me back up. The Black Widow is the first start
Yeah, I
of
was gonna
Phase
say,
4.
Black
Then
Widow.
In fall of 2020, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, that's coming to...
That's TV
Disney
shows.
Plus.
Though. Yeah, those are TV shows. Wanda.
and then
Loki,
it's the
all
Eternals
TV
that's
shows.
happening. It comes out November 6, 2020.
Man, they're coming out with a ton of TV shows, huh?
I know.
And to keep up with everything, you have to watch everything. Huh?
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be rough.
That's why I think like after this, people will start jumping off the Marvel train because it's just gonna be way too much. Because you have to get Disney Plus, you have to go see it in theaters. It's gonna be
Well,
way
but
too much.
for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., is that on Disney Plus?
I don't know actually. They might still
I
have
don't-
it,
Over that.
I don't think. Yeah,
They might
no,
still
I'm
have a
kinda
deal
over it
with-
too. I'm burnt out on it.
but we do need to finish up because my camera's about to run out of battery.
Yeah,
So
I gotta pee like no other. So
any other final thoughts?
All right, Xbox One giveaway.
Nope, not happening. Thanks again for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget to take off your microphone.
I know, I see it.
I don't want you to. I want you to pull the whole damn thing.
We are sponsored by Corona.
No, we're not. Like and subscribe.
I'm a Corona man.
I prefer a Corona.
I'm a Corona man myself.
This is Adam Simonji signing off.
Tell your friends about us, and we'll see you guys next time here on the Simonji Podcast.
Tally ho.
Tally ho.
Don't tell Harry Cedric Diggory dies.
It's like just two jokes they push into one. Like, oh,
Or you could do Cedric Diggory dies. Spoiler alert, Cedric Diggory dies. Hashtag don't tell Harry.
I like that.
That's good.
That's our hashtag.
That works